The Russian army fired Smerch anti-aircraft missile systems and S-300 missiles at the Mykolaiv region overnight. As a result of the attack, the dormitory of a university was damaged. One person was wounded. According to preliminary information, no casualties were reported. Residential buildings were also damaged. Mykolaiv is under heavy shelling, but during the ceasefire the city tries to live a normal life, and even soon the ports may start working there. The head of the regional military administration, Vitaly Kim, talked about this with Minister of Infrastructure Alexander Kubrakov. How possible is the opening of the ports will become clear in a few weeks.
As for the horror of the shelling, yes, it is said, our infrastructure suffers a lot. They destroy the city. But fortunately, we have a few killed and a few wounded. St. Nicholas keeps us safe. That's why we are not Mariupol. Everything is open and the stores work.
On August 1st, Russian occupiers shelled an evacuation bus in the Kherson region. 3 people were killed. 5 managed to be evacuated to Kryvyi Rih. 2 of them are in extremely serious condition.
There was an attempt to evacuate 7 civilians from the occupied village of Starosilla in a red minibus. In the vicinity of Dovhove village, the occupiers shelled the bus at point-blank range with an anti-tank guided missile.
The Ukrainian armed forces hit a train with military equipment, ammunition and manpower near the Brylivka railway station in the Kherson region. Also, the Ukrainian armed forces destroyed 4 ammunition depots in the Borislavka and Bashtanka districts, and aviation carried out 2 strikes on enemy strongholds in the Oleksandrivka and Blagodatne districts.
The enemy fired 16 rockets from the Smerch MLRS at the Zelenodolsk thermal power plant and simultaneously fired 40 shells from Grad MLRS. 2 buildings were destroyed, but no casualties were reported. 3 times the enemy helicopters attacked our position in the Berislav and Kakhovka districts of the Kherson region, as well as in the Bashtanka district of the Mykolaiv region. No losses on our part were reported.
The armed forces of Ukraine repulsed attempts by the Russian occupiers to advance in several directions of the Donetsk region. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the enemy tried in vain to storm the area of Avdiivka. Fighting continues near the village of Piski.
На Бахмутському напрямку противник здійснював обстріли військової.
In the Bakhmut direction, the enemy shelled military and civilian infrastructure near Yakovlivka, Soledar, Bakhmut, Kodema, Semigirya, Maiske and Zaitseve. There were airstrikes near Soledar, Yakovlivka, Semigirya, Pokrovske and Bilogorivka. Ukrainian soldiers repelled assault actions near Yakovlivka, Vershina, Kodema and Maiske. Hostilities continue in the areas of Bakhmut and Zaitseve.
The humanitarian situation in the occupied cities is getting worse every day. The Russian invaders are unable to provide basic necessities, water, food and medical supplies. Due to unsanitary conditions, infections are massively spreading through the settlements.
Let's take Rubizhne or Severodonetsk. These cities will not be able to enter the heating season, and there will be a huge problem. There is water that is taken from wells because the central water supply is destroyed. So this water is already contaminated because they haven't taken out the killed people for a long time. Now people are being poisoned en masse. Dysentery is a huge problem. Serhiy Haidai, head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, on Facebook.
The military are advising the local population to leave the dangerous areas of the Kherson and Mykolaiv regions. There is a road of life in the direction of Zaporizhia. Evacuation from Kherson continues. Of course, there is no agreement with the occupiers as well as no special corridors. But for now, we have a small road of life in the direction of Zaporizhia. Cars are still leaving little by little. There is also an option to evacuate through the temporarily occupied Crimea. Ukrzaliznytsia Ukrainian Railways also appointed an additional evacuation train for August 2nd from Pokrovsk in the Donetsk region to Lviv. According to the schedule, it should leave at 4:30 p.m. However, the departure time may change. Reported by Marina Stepanenko, Natalia Hayevska, UATV News.